Hello everyone, my name is Kapil Vora and I'm a Senior Director of Wealth Management here at JD Power. Our retirement plan digital experience study published on the 5th of September. And today we are going to talk about a key topic from that research, which is our digital experience hierarchy. Today I'm joined by Eric McCready. Eric, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Eric McCready. I'm a director within our digital solutions group. My team performs usability-based research across a number of industries, and that includes financial services, but it also includes utilities and insurance, healthcare, automotive. We do this exact same research across a wealth of industries. So when we talk about some of the pieces regarding retirement plans today, we're going to look at it through a holistic lens across a digital spectrum, as opposed to more that myopic look of just retirement plans.
All right, let's start with two things that are central to business measures for retirement plan providers. First is retirement plan providers want to retain participant assets, right? Even if the participant leaves their employment or they retire. And they want to acquire new assets from the participants through rollovers and other cross-selling opportunities. Secondly, they're also looking to optimize the balance of cost to serve the clients versus cost to acquire new assets. And with those things in mind, we can turn our focus to the digital experience in the retirement space. Today, most of the plan interactions that retirement plan participants have are digital in nature. So this means that the success on acquiring and retaining assets is heavily impacted by the effectiveness of those digital properties. So Eric, can you tell us a little bit about the digital experience hierarchy?
Absolutely. You have to take a step back and think, what is my product? Right? If our business outcomes are maintaining our assets under management and growing our assets under management, what influences that? And it's going to be our product. And the way consumers see the product really is that digital facing piece. That's going to be the website, and that's going to be the mobile app. When we take a step back and we evaluate websites and mobile apps, the digital realm really requires an order of operations. And the way it builds up is what we refer to as foundational. Does the website or does the app work? And we use a slew of KPIs throughout the studies to understand whether it meets that foundational aspects. And they're very, we'll call them table stakes. Is it secure? Is it not slow? Does it look okay? And does it give you the important information when you log in? That's step one. Once that criteria is met, is when step two needs to be worked on. And that is what we call functional. You can also replace that word with findable or usable, right? And that says, is the site or the app easy to navigate? Can I find what I'm looking for, whether it's features, tools, or information? So once something works, once somebody can navigate it, that's when you build upon that top layer of the hierarchy. And that's what we refer to as valuable. And in the retirement realm, it's, does it display personally tailored materials? Does it track progress towards retirement goals? Does it provide proactive guidance and help? And does it have advanced technology capabilities? We get questions about AI all the time. How can I leverage AI to improve my digital experience? And the answer is, if your digital property is not foundational and functional, well you can't yet. Think of it like a car. The car can have the most advanced navigation or autopilot capabilities possible. But if the car doesn't start, that doesn't matter. Or if the car starts, but nobody can figure out how to use that advanced navigation or autopilot, then it still doesn't matter. So that's why we build up in an order. And we can start to quantify this in the retirement industry by putting some numbers next to it. Now, the key piece here is 79% of all the experiences we measure, of the thousands of experiences we measure for retirement plan digital, 79% meet that foundational criteria, which sounds good at first, but when you say it in inverse, that means 1 out of 5 experiences aren't meeting that basic table stakes foundational piece, which means it doesn't matter how much money has been invested into beautiful visualizations or calculators or proactive guidance. If the site or the app doesn't work, that's all moot. This goes down as we move up. So moving up, one level of the hierarchy. So for those experiences that are both foundational and functional, now we're down to less than a third. And at the very top here, the valuable piece of the hierarchy, now we're down to 1 out of 5 again. So it's interesting in the retirement realm because when we compare it to other industries, if you think of banking, right, think of where the dollars go in to the digital experience. Banking is a big one. It's a very high-touch digital property. People are logging into their bank accounts often daily. If I laid this exact hierarchy over that, you're going to see much more in that valuable realm because the banks have figured out the foundational and functional long time ago. Most of the investment now is making sure that they're providing a very valuable experience, and whether that's through budgeting tools and spending categorizations, right, other analytical tools, and even virtual assistants. If I layer this into, say, a less mature industry like healthcare, what you're going to see is only about 30% of the experiences are even meeting that foundational. It's still less mature. They're still building their way up that hierarchy. There is a pretty wide spread between the plans we measure in our study and the performance across this hierarchy. If we look at just foundational, it's a little closer. Our highest performer in foundational is at 85%. If we look at our lowest performer in that foundational metric, it's down to 64%. So there's about a 20-point spread. But when we get to the top level of the hierarchy, where we get that foundational, the functional, and it provides value, we're going to see a much larger spread. In fact, our top performer is at 37%. Still not particularly high, but our bottom performer is only at 13%. So now we're looking at a much wider spread, and that tends to happen as the hierarchy grows. And the last piece I really want to touch on here, and Kapil can help me out when it comes to explaining this, is how does this impact business? So we showed earlier that about 21% of the experiences we measure fall into that foundational, functional, plus valuable, that top level of that digital experience. And another 21% fall into that bottom level of that digital experience. Now, what does that do to asset retention? And the way we do this is through survey research. But 57% of our respondents who had an experience at the top level of the hierarchy plan to leave their assets with their current provider if they change a job. And for those who had the poor digital experience, when the site or the app really isn't meeting that foundational criteria, that drops to 29%. It cuts right in about half. So simply put, you can just about double asset retention with a well-planned investment and iterative implementation in your digital properties.
Yeah. So what I would like to add to this is, again, like digital is not certainly end all be all for retirement plans. Certainly your brand reputation matters, and what the breadth of products and services and the other customer service aspects that you offer also do matter. But digital is what is in front of your participants day in and day out. And that's where this hierarchy becomes really important in driving that point home. To find out where does your digital experience stack up, reach out to your JD Power representative and find out more information.